Forget IQ, forget most nearly anything. If you're the guy who can deal with more stress than anyone else, you're gonna end up in the position where you're dealing with more stress than anyone else. And those positions, one way or another, pay. Because no one else will do it. How successful you are in life is directly correlated to your stress tolerance. In fact, it's more correlated to your stress tolerance than anything else. It's kind of like air resistance, and when you look at cars, you look at jets or any of these things, how fast they can go is directly correlated to how much air is going to be pushing against them. No matter how successful you get, the more successful you become, the more the opposite force is going to push against you. And most people get to a certain level and go, okay, that opposite force is too much. But I just kept going and going and going and going and going, and now I'm up here at terminal velocity, and the enemy force is coming at me. So, yeah, you're successful, but sure, it's very stressful. I mean, if you have the mentality that you're born to suffer, I think you'll be pretty good at things. If you're born with the mentality that nobody should suffer, you're always going to be shit at things. I understand that I was born to suffer. And truthfully, I mean, I'm very, very blessed with my life. A lot of people have said to me, you know, you're under stress. Like, how do you deal with that? How do you smile? This is nothing compared to the suffering I could. I mean, is it hard? Yeah, not really. I mean, I don't know. I was built to suffer. I wake up every day and go, what's on the menu? Let's go. And I'm so used to it. I'm kind of excited by it. The only period in my life where I could say where everything was genuinely perfect was about a month before I was arrested. And I've never been so anxious. I felt so anxious. I was in Dubai, all those videos from Dubai with the Bugatti and the big mansion and all the girls and everything, and me and Tristan were sitting around the pool. And I remember I've said this on every podcast. I'm gonna say it again for the people at home in case their life's going good. If your life's going good, panic. I'm telling you, if your life's going well, worry. Because I was sitting there by the pool with the Bugatti and the McLaren and like 20 girls I'd ever even met who were beautiful. And we're sitting by there and we got the big pool, we're in this huge mansion. Tristan goes, 6 years ago we were in Luton, we made it. And I was like, nah, we're fucked, something's coming. He said, what do you mean? I was like, I'm 36. I could not have completed life this level. I could not be the most famous man on the planet. Hundreds of millions of dollars. Bugatti on the drive. Like, nah. There's no way I can get away with this for the next 50 years. Something's coming. Month later, there you go. That's just how it goes. So I feel comfortable with the suffering because I feel like I have a direction and an objective. When I have endless suffering, I'm like, okay, well, I know what I need to do now. I mean, what's more frustrating? A video game where you can't beat the final boss? Or you know when you play those games and you get lost and you can't find the next par and you're just going around in circles. I've been in this room, just going around in circles. Those are the games that piss me off more than the game where I'm trying to beat the guy I can't beat. I'm happy fighting an enemy I might not be able to beat. I'm much more anxious when I'm lost. So I think when you accept that suffering is part of life, you get good at suffering and then you get good at things. If you're going to go through the world trying to make the world sufferless and yourself not have suffering, well then you're going to suffer more than anything. How successful you are in life is directly correlated to your stress tolerance. In fact, it's more correlated to your stress tolerance than anything else. Forget IQ, forget most nearly anything. If you're the guy who can deal with more stress than anyone else, you're going to end up in the position where you're dealing with more stress than anyone else. And those positions, one way or another, pay. Because no one else will do it. I'm telling you, because that's the only way you can even separate yourself from the labor market in general, right? I can put myself in a position to do what others won't do. You gotta put yourself in a very stressful place. And that's the same with everything. It's the same with every fighting champion. They take the shot. I want the belt now, on 2 days' notice. I'll take it. That's how I won my first world title, 2 days' notice. So why do they become champion? Because they were the guy ready to fight for a championship without a training camp. They're that guy. So a lot of it is down to stress tolerance, but it is really interesting how these things apply to the individual and how these things apply to the macro. And then I also said that men are judged on our competence. We're only judged and we're only cared about for what we can do. Right. Nobody gives a shit about our feelings. Nobody gives a shit about, there's none of this, oh, poor him. No one gives a fuck. If you're not useful to somebody or something, you can die in a ditch. Yeah. Right. Not only do women not care about you, society doesn't care about you, and other men don't care about you. We all want useful friends. I don't want no useless next to me. I don't know you. You can't do it.
Yeah, those are the worst.
I hate them too. They're leeches. They're leeches. I'm misunderstood when I say these points. They think I'm saying don't love your wife. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying don't protect your wife. I'm not saying don't respect your wife. I'm not saying don't have a relationship with your wife. I'm not saying don't love your wife. I'm not saying any of those things. Yeah. What I'm saying is that you're the man of the house, and that your power as a man is going to be amplified by the other men you know, and that you should be part of a clan or an army that makes you as powerful as possible, and that is man's business. And she is benefiting from all of that. She gets financial protection, she gets physical protection, she gets a whole bunch of benefits from you being a man with your guys doing your man things. She ain't in charge of you. It's not her business to tell you how the world works because she doesn't know. And it's not her business to tell you how to be a man either. It's her business, and be happy and be safe and be rich and make you smile. And that's her job, because our job as men is to suffer all the time, be basically miserable. That's our job, and to get enough money so that we can make our kids and our women happy. You get to smile. You get to be happy. You get joy. You have that peace of mind because I gave it to you.
Yeah.
I gave it to you because you ain't got to work. You ain't got to do nothing. You don't know anything. You look at the clouds, you're happy. I'm glad for that. By extension, by logical extension, if you're the kind of person who's impressed by clouds, I would argue you're not allowed to have a differing point of view to mine because you don't know shit. You don't know anything. So when I do something or say something, even if you don't understand it fully, tough, get over it or leave and find another famous billionaire.
Right.
Good luck.